back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Well, we talked about some management speculation last night, and sure enough, we wake up to huge management news. Let's take a look at what happened. The Edmonton Oilers have named Jeff Jackson CEO of Hockey Operations. Ken Holland will continue to serve under him as President of Hockey Operations and General Manager. Jackson will report directly to Daryl Cates and will serve as an alternate governor on the NHL Board of Governors, overseeing all aspects of OEG-SE's NHL, AHL, and WHL hockey operations. The following comes from the Oilers' official press release. Jackson has experienced the NHL from every critical perspective a team's leader could require. Following an 8-year professional playing career, he practiced corporate and entertainment law at a leading national law firm. In 2006, he joined the Toronto Maple Leafs as Assistant General Manager and Director of Hockey Operations, and during his 4 years in that role, also served as the General Manager and Governor of the Toronto Marlies in the AHL. In 2010, he launched his own agency with former Oilers first-round draft pick Sam Gagner as his first NHL client. In the 13 years since, Jeff has played an instrumental part in building what is now Wasserman Hockey, a leading global agency known for representing iconic sports figures and many elite talents of the NHL, including Connor McDavid. Let's take a look at some posts speaking on Jeff Jackson. Bob Stauffer had the following: "This is a big day in oil country. Jeff Jackson has previous NHL management experience, has run a top-flight NHL agency at Wasserman that has an excellent development and sports science department, and has represented the NHL's best player, the Edmonton Oilers, Connor McDavid." Bob had this from Edmonton-based agent Jerry Johansson of TSC Hockey. "Jeff Jackson is a terrific hire for the Edmonton Oilers. He is well regarded in our industry. Jeff has integrity. He is a first-class guy to deal with and has lots of experience and knowledge of our game." Connor McDavid had the following to say on Jackson: "Jeff and I have had a long, fruitful relationship. I have witnessed his care, relentlessness, and obvious knowledge of the game and industry firsthand. I look forward to working with Jeff in his new role, and am excited about what this means for the future of the Oilers." Mark Spector had the following: "McDavid will now be repped by Judd Moldover, Austin Matthews' agent, while the release states Paul Coffey will be joining Jackson, perhaps taking on a bigger role in Edmonton's front office." Jason Gregor had the following: "Jeff Jackson replaces Bob Nicholson, who stays on in an advisory role with Oilers Entertainment Group." Frank Saravalli mentioned Nicholson was looking to step away in May on our Daily Faceoff podcast. "This is the succession plan. Good hire for the Oilers. Jackson has many connections around the NHL and a strong business background. He also has a close relationship with Connor McDavid for being his agent for the past decade. We'll be curious to see what Jackson's approach to the business side of the Oilers and other OEG properties will be." And lastly, Brendan Clack had this: "Along with the Jeff Jackson news, some other Oilers titles to share. Paul Coffey has been named Special Advisor to the owner and Chairman. We've known this for a while, but he has this as an official title now. And Bob Nicholson has the new title of Special Advisor and Alternate Governor of Hockey Operations." So needless to say, a huge day of change for the Edmonton Oilers and an exciting day. We're not sure at this point what this means for Ken Holland beyond this season, but Jackson may have some candidates in mind to take over next summer. According to Oilers insider Tom Gazzola, it's believed that Steve Staios may no longer be a candidate to be the Oilers GM next season. Connor McDavid is clearly thrilled with the hiring, and this will go a long way to keeping him and Leon Draisaitl in Edmonton. I was listening to the Cam and Strick podcast, and they had Sam Gagner on as a guest. Gagner declared himself ready to go for next season, and Strick claimed in the podcast that he's heard Gagner's been connected to a return with the Oilers. As we know, Jeff Jackson was Gagner's agent, so that just adds further fuel to the fire. And as I mentioned a few days back, I'd love to see Gagner brought in on a PTO, and the Oilers can have a first-hand look at where he's at. Robin Brownlee added the following at Oilers Nation today: "Now, if Holland can get the ink done on that bridge deal for Evan Bouchard before the coming weekend, it really will be a week to remember. It's probably worth noting that Bouchard is repped by Sam Gagner's dad, Dave, who is an agent at, you guessed it, Wasserman. Let's see how that plays out. I'm thinking we could see an announcement on Evan Bouchard as early as tomorrow, but Ken Holland did mention in the press conference that there is still some work to do, so it may be early next week before we see anything. But there is a lot of speculation going around right now that Bouch is coming in at 2 years at $3.9 million per season. Well, it's definitely an exciting day in oil country, guys. Like I said, did not see this coming. We had the management speculation last night, but I thought that would involve more of Ken Holland rather than people above him. Love the hire of Jeff Jackson. He's definitely going to help the Oilers in the analytics department. He's got relationships with all 32 teams. Obviously, the amazing relationship with Connor McDavid. I think this almost solidifies that Connor McDavid remains an Edmonton Oiler for life, but don't want to get too excited about that yet. I mean, the Oilers got to keep winning. Things got to happen, but this is definitely going to be a huge step in keeping Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl in Edmonton. So I am very excited, very happy with the hiring of Jeff Jackson. Let me know what you guys think of the hiring in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.